Well, maybe it was because we'd already won the league, but it looks like it wouldn't have mattered what happened against Rangers because we're beating Celtic here in the last game of the season and we've won 3-1. That's us won the league by 7 points. Let me just jump through this and show you. And what a way to start today's season review with a last win in the last game of the season. And we won the league, as I say, by 7 points. 87 points we got from our 38 games. Celtic in second with 80 points. And Rangers in third with 79. Ends up that losing points against St Mirren and Hearts is okay, so long as you beat both the Rangers and Celtic. But let's get into this episode where we'll do our season review. And it should be quite a fun one. Yes, hello, welcome back in to the 11am Sports YouTube channel here for the Killie boys on Football Manager 21. If you're new around here, hit that subscribe button. Next episode in this series is going to be the start of Series 7. And if you did miss the previous episode, go and have a look at it. We did something fairly decent, as you'll see in this end of season review. We are now the champions of Scotland. 6th season we had to try it, but we got there. And a wonderful way to win that. 7 points we end up winning the league by. And we get to go through our end of season review, as you can see on the screen just above me. So we start with the new arrivals. And as you can see, not a huge amount of money spent. Especially for the ones who had a very good average rating. Our best rated signing was Luis Fernando Bonilla, who came in halfway through the year from Independiente Santa Fe, the 18-year-old Colombian winger. I think I'm going to have to give him a new contract. His contract currently says he's got a £15 million release clause, and I really don't particularly want people to be trying to sign him. So I'm going to try and sign him to a new contract that removes that release clause. But you can see he ended up starting 13. That's not what that number says. He started 19 games, 3 from the bench, scoring 12 goals, 6 assists, an average rate of 7.39. Very good indeed. A star man for us as well was Bjorn Hardley, who we signed for nothing at all. We got him in a free transfer from Man United, the centre back. Started 40 games this season, 4 from the bench, 4 goals, 5 assists, and another average rating of 7.28. Very good indeed. Renan Augusto's rating was surprisingly high, since he only played 4 games in total for us after coming in halfway through the year, but that was mainly because Hardley and Hamilton played so well at the back, but he did do fairly well in the few games he played. Gerson Velasquez, for just £500,000, ended up starting 27 games. He became our kind of starter alongside Kastrup halfway through the year. He had 7 appearances as a substitute as well. 2 goals, 2 assists, and a 6.93. Though it's not bright green like the others above him, very impressed with the way Velasquez moved into that role. And it's a 19-year-old now. He was 18 for a while throughout the season. As a 19-year-old midfielder, I can only look forward to his improvements. Nathan Trott played 15 games, but it's not bad. Bringing him in for 88,000, he played fairly well. Robbie Burton had a lot of appearances, 39 in total, 24 of them being starts. He played not bad. To say he was our starting midfielder before Velasquez took over alongside Kastrup. Larisse, not great to be honest. 18 appearances in total, probably not worth the loan in the end. They were paying him quite a lot of wages as well, and we played a wee bit of a fee up front. Not the best piece of business I have done. Finn Mooney did okay in his limited appearances for us, having arrived from Crystal Palace in the summer. In the January window. Perhaps more to appease Bonilla, because he wanted more midfield help. So bringing him in helped that. So the £300,000 is probably worth that. Connor Henderson was the young goalkeeper we brought in from Ireland, and we sent him back out on loan. Finn Malcolm, not great. We only paid £800,000 for him, I suppose, but 20 stars, 11 sub appearances, only 5 goals, not the best. Darren Burke, we ended up signing and sending back out on loan to St Mirren. We didn't pay a lot of money for him, so I'm not too concerned about that. We'll see how he does when he returns. And Ross Forrest is probably possibly one of the flops of the season. Certainly of the ones that are signed in this window. Remember, we signed Alan Graham last season, so he doesn't class in today's transfers, but he probably would sit in here almost certainly. But Ross Forrest, 1 goal from his 2 starts and 10 sub appearances, and he does want to leave now, understandably, because I haven't been playing him, but also he really wasn't doing anything when he did get a go. One player who I might be quite interested in seeing when he returns is Josh O'Connor, because he's played 40 times for Dundee United, 40 starts, and he scored 19 goals. That's a goal every other game, which is better than any of our strikers have done. An average rating of 6.9, so I'd be interested to see how he does. You can see his ratings are very much improved, finishing 14, first at 16, dribbling 17. Looks a very, very good player, and perhaps upon his return, we could see how he does. He's worth £3.5 million now, was signed from Hibs for £400,000 a little while ago. So see if maybe we get him in as a starter for us next season, perhaps competing. There might be some strikers on the way out. You can see it was a season to remember, season of jubilant success. It describes it for Killie, who exceeded expectations from the outset and were crowned champions. You can see he's there by 7 points, champions, losing 5 games in total. It's only that's strange. It's not showing this other St Mirren loss, but we lost to St Mirren twice, we lost to Rangers twice, and we lost to Celtic once. So certainly bogey teams being St Mirren and Rangers. We were expected to qualify for the Euro Cup, which was a 3rd place finish, but we ended up winning the league, obviously. We had over 10,000 people as average home attendance, which is very, very good for us. And Charles Bawley being our top goal scorer in the league. Not surprising that after our strikers struggled, but maybe worrying that our strikers did not perform well. Good, though, that we managed to win the league without a recognised proper striker scoring goals for us. So that can only be positive for the future seasons if we do eventually find that goal scorer. Obviously, in the Euro Cup 2, we were knocked out by Hertha, which is very disappointing indeed. And in the Scottish Cup, we were knocked out by Celtic, unfortunately, at the semi-final stage. We were knocked out by Rangers at the quarter-final stage of the Betfred Cup, but really that didn't make a huge amount of difference for us. But a lovely win. I'm still looking forward. In my mind, I'm thinking, oh, we won the league. Can we make it 2 in a row? I'm already thinking 2 in a row, and this season's only just finished. Moments to remember, it says here. Our biggest win was a 5-0 win against Jettesay in the Euro Cup 2 playoffs, but we also beat Dunfermline 5-0 as well. And we had goal of the season from Dylan Tate. Was our goal here against Queen's Park in the Scottish Cup. And if I open up the match report, hopefully we'll get to see what our goal of the season was from Dylan Tate. I can't remember when it was. He normally scores some good goals. A free kick here, and to be fair, that's understandable being goal of the season. That was a very nice free kick indeed. So the finances are down on last year, understandably. Our sponsorship's up, but we obviously weren't playing a lot of games in Europe, so we lost broadcast revenue and competition money. Match day is fairly similar as it corporate, and our club reputation has not changed. Hopefully it will when we're in the Champions League next year. Shirt sales, this is surprising that Richards at the top, possibly, but Castrop, Tate, Bonilla, Burton. Yeah, imagine Castrop, Tate and Bonilla. I wasn't really expecting Burton. How I lined up, and I'm not at all surprised to see that this is the team they are suggesting. This is the one we ended up being our first choice team for the second half of the season in particular. Much in goal, Hardley and Hamilton at centre back, Kokavas, Egan, Riley at full back, Castrop and Velasquez in the middle, Tate just in front, Bonilla and Bawley on the wings, and up front we ended up playing a lot of Alan Graham, but it doesn't mean that he was particularly good. You can see a 6.72, but yeah, he was the main striker. Scoring 10 goals in the end, getting to double digits. He did score 1 against Celtic in the last game of the season and getting 3 assists as well. Dylan Tate, 10 goals, 16 assists. Charles Bawley, 18 and 5. And Bonilla only half a season with 12 and 6. Really looking forward to see how he does with a full season under his belt. If you extrapolate them on for a full season, you could have scored 20 goals and 10 assists, and that's not bad at all. You can see we had lots of goals contributed for the defenders as well. 7 from Hamilton, 4 from Hardley, 3 from Kokavas in there as well. The accolades, I did win the Football Writers Manager of the Year. Believe it or not, I only won 1 Manager of the Month, even though I won the whole league. But obviously I didn't have a particularly amazing month. I did when I say the Football Writers Manager of the Year and the Players Manager of the Year, which I'm very happy with indeed. Club awards, interested to see this. Beyond Hardley gets Fans Player of the Season, I can understand that. Banila getting Young Player of the Season, having only been here for half the year. Beyond Hardley being Signing of the Season, again, I can understand that. We've already seen Dylan Tate's Goal of the Season, and then some interesting stats here. Bolly being our top scorer in all competitions with 18. Dylan Tate getting 16 assists, and Bolly also getting 8 Player of the Match awards. Beyond Hardley had the highest average rating, and Robbie Burton had the most completed passes per 90. I'm not sure why they're showing us that statistic. I've been very impressed with Charles Bolly. I know perhaps ratings-wise, he doesn't look that great, but he's been very good for us. You know, we signed him for 400,000. He kind of struggled to get into the team the first season he was here. Second season again, only 9 starts. 18 games last year, again, only 9 starts. But this season, he's really taken a step forward, playing 31 starts, 4 appearances off the bench, and scoring 14 goals for us in the league. A vital player. And you've seen continental competitions, he scored 3 goals in 3 starts as well. 7 Player of the Match awards for him in the league as well, which is not bad at all. We can see our record breakers. Youngest player was Alan Graham, 17 years old, 293 days when he made his debut at the start of the season for us. Hopefully he can improve his goal scoring as he matures. He's only 18 now, so hopefully we'll improve that for him. Banila with our fastest goal, 29 seconds into the game. And Alan Graham was our youngest scorer with 17 years old and 301 days. History in the making it now says your hard work and effort paid off on the pitch, and such a feat didn't go unrewarded at our end of season awards ceremony. A remarkable season for Kilmarnock, started superbly, never let up. Deserved champion, says Jamie McDonald of the Kilmarnock Football Paper. That's not a real paper, but we'll take it anyway. A lovely win. If you look at the bottom of our table, Queen's Park did get relegated, as I thought they would, looking at the league at the start of the season, and Dunfermline are in the relegation playoff. At the top end of the table, you see we win a league. Celtic and Rangers second and third. Hibs in 4th position. And that's a record high number of wins for us. 27 matches won the season. It's a new team record. And some players have been inducted into the overall best 11. So Stylianos Kokovas gets in the first team, which is very good indeed. Robbie Burton, Mark Spence and Alan Graham also get added into the team. Graham doesn't get in the first team, nor does Robbie Burton, but Mark Spence gets to play at centre back. So our overall best 11 being O'Hara, Egan Riley, Finlay, Spence, Kokovas, Kastrup and Tate, Richards, Kiltie, Bolly and Brophy still in there thanks to his 134 goals from 217 games. Eamon Brophy obviously went to Red Star this season, but he scored 10 goals in 16 games, so a good return for them. Maybe we could have done with some of his goals, but he had been declining, so I suppose I can't worry too much about that. You can see lots of players in there who are starting their Kilmarnock career. You know, players like Kokovas, who's had 79 appearances, hopefully many more. Mark Spence had 71. He kind of fallen out the team this year. Maybe he can get back in it next year, not sure. Robbie Burton with 77 appearances, could be our first choice keeper for a while unless we find a really big name to bring in instead. And Alan Graham playing there for the season, 38 games, 10 goals. Hopefully he scores more than that for us in the next season. So interestingly, looking at the club vision meeting, from the end of next season, the board are looking to sell the club, which is very disappointing indeed, to be honest. I quite enjoyed working with Billy Bowie, but we'll see what happens there. And they're looking for us to qualify for the Euro Cup by the end of next season, which is top 3 finish, which we'll be able to do fairly easily, I hope. Squad dynamics update: Jens Kastrup, Egan Riley and Rodell Richards still the team leaders here. And the end of season team meeting. Let's discuss plans. Congratulations on winning the title. Great achievement. Now we want to retain it. I wonder if I say that, if they'll all be excited about that, or if they maybe want to do something different. I think I could say that we're qualified for the Champions Cup. Yes, we can qualify for the Champions Cup. That's the reaction I'm looking for. Will we aim to reach the proper competition? Let's say that and see if they think it's achievable. Exactly. And I'll say once you return, we can do some promises. Good. They all seem to be fairly happy with that. The team report suggests that we aren't blessed with good crossing. We could do with help on the left wing, even though Charles Bolly's done very well for us this season. There aren't enough leaders in the group, and our keepers struggle to throw the ball, apparently. Well, if they can save the ball, that's all I care about. You can see that we had some injuries. So our first team, Roddell Richards, was out with 5 injuries for 3 months. The longest injury being his torn calf muscle. Egan Riley was out for a while as well, and Cammy Logan was out for a while as well. You can see right back we kind of had struggled with, especially at the start of the season. Jordan Brown played a lot of games for us there. They're going away on their pre-season break or end of season break for a few weeks now. What's that going to be? 6 weeks, 5 weeks until Monday the 22nd of June. And I think we're going to leave that season review right there. I'll let you bask in the glory just above me of Kilmarnock being the champions for one last time before we start things off again next season. Everyone back on 0 points and seeing if we can retain this title. I'm looking forward to next season. Maybe make some improvement to the squad. I'm fairly happy with defence and midfield. Need to see if we can get some goals up front. There might be some outs and some ins. We'll need to see. But all in all, a very successful season for Kilmarnock Football Club, and I'm looking forward to the next one. If you're looking forward to the next season as well, then do hit that like button, hit that thumbs up. It's really very much appreciated. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And until the next one, see you then.